So we basically live in a digital world. And by that, I mean you buy your games digitally, you buy your movies digitally, all your music's digital. But nowadays, what's weird is when you go back through your older library of games that you bought digitally or you were meaning to buy digitally, it may not be there. It may be delisted, such as some of these Xbox 360 titles that we're about to talk about. What's weird is some of those delisted Xbox 360 titles might be coming soon. Again. So let's talk about it. Alright, some eagle eyes over here at Game Rant saw something on Twitter, Reddit, one of those things. I swear to God, they have a team that scours Twitter and Reddit to look for stuff to write about. But something weird is going on with delisted Xbox 360 games. What might that be? In certain regions, the Xbox Store has labeled a handful of previously delisted Xbox 360 games as coming soon. It's unclear why this label has been attached to the Xbox 360 games, but fans have a few different theories. And I hope some of these are true, because I really hope some of you guys are able to play some of these great titles. And two of them are titles that I played so much as a teenager. Like, the Xbox 360 is home to over 2,000 games, ranging from renowned AAA titles to acclaimed Xbox Live Arcade titles. This is the other thing I kind of wish Microsoft would get back to, because they would do an arcade style, like, summer theme every year and highlight a bunch of like indie games like Explosion Man, Super Meat Boy, stuff like that, where you can go and you can buy these great games that were made by indie developers, released on the Xbox 360 for like $5-10. While just over 600 of those games can still be played on the latest generation of Xbox hardware thanks to backwards compatibility, there are plenty of things that have delisted from digital storefronts over the years and lost to time. It always sucks when a game title gets basically locked to an old piece of hardware that you have to go out, you have to either bust it out to play said game. On November 2nd, X user posted a screenshot of a Portuguese Microsoft store. The image shows a total of 17 Xbox 360 games and one original Xbox title. All of them have been labeled M Brave. Hopefully I said that right. I don't speak Portuguese. Underneath their key art, which translates to coming soon in English. This would seemingly imply that those Xbox 360 titles would be arriving at the Microsoft Store in the near future. Let's take a look. This is the dude that posted it. In some regions, it is. Now, I know Lost Planet you can still get. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Those are the two titles I played so much as a teenager, but you can't buy them digitally unless you have a disc version or you bought them digitally before they got delisted, I believe. Another one is Batman Arkham Origins, which to me, Batman Arkham Origins definitely gets a lot of flack, but it was also kind of buggy, kind of like Arkham Knight when it first came out. Catherine you can buy, and I think that's really, and the Jurassic Park Telltale game. I can't remember which other ones of these that were delisted, but most of these are ones that I really don't care about, like Sorry Cabela Alaskan Adventure or Cabela Dangerous Hunt 2013 or Cabela Hunting Expeditions. Like, the hunting games don't do it for me. I have to go out in the field and actually do it. While some of these games can still be purchased in the U.S. Microsoft Store, Castlevania Symphony of Night, Lost Planet, Deadly Premonition, and Catherine. And by the way, Catherine's a great game if you haven't played it. Many were delisted a long time ago and now unable to be purchased on a digital storefront. In some cases of the games like Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 and Batman Arkham Origins, those who still own the original disc can play them on the modern Xbox hardware, but those without the physical copies have no way of purchasing or playing them digitally. Which I will say, the physical versions of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are pretty pricey on the Xbox 360. So, real quick, before we get too much further into this article, I remember years ago, I'm like, why would they delist games from a storefront? Such as the Deadpool game that got delisted, right? And I Googled it, and of course the AI overview, thank you AI, did a whole bunch of work for me. But the biggest thing in my experience, when it comes to reasons why games get delisted is usually for music. Music is usually the biggest thing that it gets delisted. Now, titles such as Grand Theft Auto, I know don't really delist due to music. What they'll do is they'll end up patching it out and no longer have that music in the game. On top of that, expiring licenses for characters and expiration of publishers' license agreements with the property holders, such as, if they had a 4-year deal with Marvel, once that 4-year deal's up, Marvel's pulling it back and they're no longer able to sell that game. Expired media licenses, games may include music, characters. Truth be told, I've never heard of them pulling a game, delisting it because of a character or other intellectual properties. When these licenses expire, the game must be removed from the sale. Expired licenses tying games like those based on movies can be delisted when the license agreement between the publisher and the property holder ends. Business and support. A publisher may delist a game if a company behind it shuts down or can no longer afford to support it, including server costs for online enabled gameplay, which quite a few of those, like you're looking at old men games, you're looking at like racing titles, Forza, Horizon, whatever it is, right? Lack of support, games that are no longer actively supported by Microsoft or the developers are often removed to protect customers from potential issues because it has happened where hackers could find a backdoor and get into, the games and do malicious things. A newer version of the game may be released, and the older digital version is pulled to avoid hurting sales of the new title. Madden, FIFA, stuff like that. Security vulnerabilities, which goes back to a lack of support. Really, finding security flaws in a game's engine is a recent issue affecting the Unity engine and can cause games to be temporarily delisted while the developer patches them. Technical incompatibility. Older games may become incompatible with newer console updates, and developers may choose to delist them rather than spend the time and money to update them. Hey, it's just what it is, man. It's currently unclear why these particular games have the coming soon tag in certain regions. It implies on his post that some theorize that the tag appears simply the product of a technical glitch, but is 100% possible. And hear me out, and that's only because Microsoft does do a lot with AI. And AI, let me tell you, it is buggy, it is glitchy, especially if you're like, hey, pull the top 10 games from these years, or pull these games, or put these titles on there. It's just one of those things. Perhaps due to a back-end issue following the Xbox 360's store shut down in July 2024. Rest in peace. Others are more hopeful that this strange behavior could be a sign that the titles will be soon available to purchase digitally once again, or in the case of Batman Arkham Origins, for the first time ever. I am really surprised, like I said, that they haven't done anything with Batman Arkham Origins. It's really not a bad game. It's a lot of fun, and let me tell you, there's one cinematic fight scene in there that's ridiculous. On November 22nd, 2025, the Xbox 360 will turn 20 years old, though it seems very unlikely that there's a slim possibility that those delisted Xbox 360 games could be a part of a big anniversary celebration. To me, this one seems highly unlikely. I always thought it was kind of weird how they didn't bring a lot of Xbox 360 games over and make them backwards compatible on the Xbox One. And a lot of the issues that a lot of people said was they can't do it because of licensing problems. And that to me is a total crock of shit. I don't think there should be any problems with it, but it goes back to what the gaming market has been saying for the last couple of years, and that is, you might as well get used to not owning your games. And for that instance, like a lot of the games you purchase from a digital storefront is actually from, you're buying a digital, the rights to it, but they can revoke the rights at any moment. It's just dumb. For instance, Microsoft could celebrate the Xbox 360's 25th anniversary by adding some of the beloved Xbox 360 titles on the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I highly doubt that. Now, would I love to see Left 4 Dead to come back? Absolutely. But I also have Steam where I can go and play it. Let's go full screen. Sorry, guys. They're in the last part of my thought process of the last little monologue. Freaking Emma threw Sophie into the fence, and as you can tell, they're playing behind me. They're having a grand old time. Anyways, you guys, I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Me personally, I think every console should be backwards compatible. Every console should allow me to play a game, whether it's from the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, the One, the Series X, the Series X, or the Xbox. Yeah, like I think that's all of them. But anyways, they should be covered, all of them. I think it should be 1 through 5 on the PlayStation. I don't think there should be any reason why we should not be able to preserve, the game's catalog, old games, all that stuff. There should be no reason we should be able to play them. That's just my thought. Anyways, you guys, hopefully you guys have a great, wonderful day. Don't forget to mash that like button, subscribe. Every little bit helps out the channel immensely. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Hey, Wade, what you gotta say? You want to say bye-bye? Say bye! Say bye! Every time I do the outro for the videos in the stream, he always gets excited. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!